God gave this man one command, and Jonah did something almost impossible. He ran from the presence of God. But Jonah didn't know that his escape would lead him straight into a storm. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, "Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come before me."
What is it that you require of me?
Jonah traveled to Joppa, where he found a ship sailing toward Tarshish. He paid the fare and boarded the ship. The ship left the harbor, carrying Jonah farther and farther from the place God had commanded him to go. Jonah probably thought he had escaped. Then the sea began to change. The peaceful waters became violent. Because the Lord sent a great wind upon the sea, a mighty storm arose. The sailors were terrified. They threw the cargo into the sea, desperately trying to keep the ship from sinking. But Jonah...
Heave it over! Lower the sails now! Stand firm! Do not yield! Throw it all out!
While everyone was fighting for their lives, Jonah had gone below deck. He was asleep.
What are you doing sleeping? Arise and call upon your God! Tell us, who is responsible for this evil? What have you done to bring this storm upon us? Tell us who you are! I worship the Lord, the God of heaven. He made the sea and the dry land.
The storm became stronger and stronger. Jonah knew what had to happen. "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he told them. But the sailors were terrified.
The sailors had only one choice left, and Jonah was about to be swallowed by the sea.
The sailors tried everything they could to save themselves. But the storm only became stronger. Finally, they lifted Jonah and threw him into the sea. And then, something incredible happened. The raging sea became calm. The sailors saw it, and they were filled with fear of the Lord. But Jonah was sinking deeper and deeper into the darkness. The water surrounded him. He was completely helpless. Jonah had run from God. Now he was trapped beneath the sea. There was nowhere left to run. And for the first time, Jonah cried out to God. But Jonah wasn't alone. Something enormous was moving through the darkness beneath him. Something God had already prepared. Then the creature came. God had appointed a great fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah disappeared into its mouth. Jonah was inside the great fish. For 3 days and 3 nights. In complete darkness, surrounded by the consequences of his decision.
But Jonah's story wasn't over. God was about to speak again, and Jonah was about to get a second chance.
For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah remained inside the great fish. There was no sunlight, no land, no way out. Only darkness. And God. Inside the fish, Jonah finally remembered the one he had tried to escape. And Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from inside the fish.
Out of my distress I called to the Lord. I have been banished from your sight. Salvation comes from the Lord.
Jonah finally understood something. Running had taken him farther from where God wanted him to be. But even in his darkest moment, God had not let him go.
I cried out to the Lord in my great trouble, and he answered me. Out of the belly of Sheol I cried.
And God heard Jonah. Then the Lord commanded the great fish. And the fish began moving toward the shore. The great fish reached the shore. And then it vomited Jonah onto dry land.
Jonah had been given a second chance, but this time, God wasn't sending him to a ship. He was sending him straight into the most powerful city in the world.
Jonah had survived the impossible. The great fish had released him onto dry land. But now God spoke to him again. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you. This time, Jonah obeyed. He traveled toward Nineveh, the great city he had once tried to avoid. But he was carrying a message that could change the entire city.
Open your ears, O brawls, and great riches will not save you. 40 days remain, and Nineveh shall be destroyed. 40 days more, and Nineveh will be overturned! Let everyone turn from their evil ways.
The king ordered everyone to turn away from their evil ways. And the entire city cried out for mercy. They hoped that God might turn from his anger and spare them. And God saw what they did. He saw that they had turned from their evil ways. So God showed them mercy. But Jonah wasn't happy. He became angry because God had shown mercy to Nineveh. And God asked him, "Should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh?"
Jonah ran from God. God pursued him, and an entire city repented. God's greatest miracle is changing the heart.